I love to create. I think I've always loved to create. Whether it's painting, drawing, writing. I love making up stories and creating characters. I spent close to 3 years writing and rewriting Parabolis. It's pretty much the story I've always wanted to read. You know, it has assassins, secret societies, criminal organizations, fledgling romance, war, politics, religion, all with a believable gravity to it. But I think at its core it's about hope and carrying on in the midst of disappointment and despair. But I always felt that there was a compromise that occurs when a written narrative is translated into a visual medium. And I think it has to do with the utility of the imagination. You know, with movies, you just need to sit there and experience it. And with graphic novels, the images carry the narrative, or they're literal depictions of the text, like in illustration books. And with classic novels, there's this whole co-creative process that goes on between the author and the reader gets to direct the movie in his head, but at the same time, it comes at the expense of visual stimulation. With Parabolis, I wanted both. A novel that's visually compelling, something you can hold and look at, you know, that's beautiful, without compromising that immersive experience of reading it, without compromising that co-creative process. And the closest thing I could find that effectively marries the two mediums was in magazines, where text and imagery coexist with autonomy. And that's kind of where this whole idea of making Parabolis into a novelzine came from.
The beautiful thing about editorial art is that it can create a greater understanding and a whole new perspective on the text without even changing a single letter. In essence, it's visual problem solving. Eddie and I were both comic book kids. We've always shared the same tastes in music and art. So when he approached me about this book, it just felt natural. But I did have some hesitation, mainly about doing something I've never really seen done before. But once I started reading his manuscript and seeing this beautiful world that he created, I realized I just had to do it. Our inspiration for starting this project was Russian constructivist art from the 1920s. Eddie and I were both really attracted to the bold shapes and colors that they used. I mainly wanted the art and the text to exist on the same plane, so that the text felt like part of the art and vice versa. That became the visual building blocks for Parabolis. I really think this is going to be something special.
Okay, so here's where we're at. The manuscript's completed, edited, and ready to read. We just need your help to get it packaged in its final form. All the funds we raise will go to sustaining Curt full-time so that we can get this novelzine into your hands as soon as possible.
In the meantime, for our subscribers, I'll be sending out a chapter or so every week as they become available. This will have all the art, design, all fit together in its final form.
When every chapter has been sent out, we'll compile it all together into a single printed book. This will include supplementary art, cover, map, and all the other subtle necessary changes before it's canonized.
So take a look at all our cool incentives and join us in realizing this work of literary and visual art. Thanks again for checking out this project.